I fucking hate packing. And what I can't stand more than packing is finding the right bags, not only for my clothes, but for my equipment in every scenario that I deal with. I am so fortunate enough to travel around the world. But the problem with that is that you're going to places that you're not used to. And not only that, there are conditions that you have to adjust that you can't bring certain equipment or materials to support your mission. If I really set up the bags the way that I want, especially for my clothes, I'll have clothes for the winter, all packed up, clothes for the spring, all packed up, and no clothes for the summer. But I don't have that luxury right now. Not only that, I find myself packing my camera bags better than I do with my clothes. That's insane. That's diabolical. But when it comes to camera equipment, I think I found the right bag that'll be great for photographers, creators, anybody who's always on the move constantly, and who also don't have the luxury enough to find electricity wherever they go. You know how that works. Today I have 4 bags that I've used across my career as a travel videographer and creative director. But one of the bags sticks out the most, and that is the Coalax Lancer 300. This right here, is so amazing. Are you done? One of the best things that I've ever used in a very long time. So today, we're not gonna review any of those bags but the Coalax, because if you look at the time it takes for me to upload a YouTube video, it's gonna take us a long time to get through these bags. So we're going to focus on the good, the bad, and what we can improve on with the Coalax Lancer 300. Let's begin. To give you a brief overview of the journey with the bags that I've had up to this point, we're gonna start with the Vivitar. I've only had that for a short while. Like I said, it was the very first camera bag that I had. I had a video camera with me, not even like a cinema camera or a mirrorless camera, like the classic camcorders. And I was using that first time with the Cali, East Coast, West Coast, all local stuff. Moving on to the low pro, that's when I start to have more equipment, more lenses, so I need to cap that durability. That offered the stitch that I needed to go to Iceland. Iceland was the first time I went out of country to do a film, and that was the best bag that I used in that occasion. But I learned a lot of lessons out there. I learned that there were certain pockets that I wish I had to pull out the equipment that I need for the shoot, and I ultimately missed it. So I knew I need to improve. That's when I went to Shinoba. Shinoba is my most recent bag that I've used to put all my latest equipment that I have. I was able to put 2 cameras in there, the A7 IV and the FX30, all that taken care of. This bag has went with me to South Africa and Brazil. And boy, did it show its ass off in Brazil.
James, got your stuff ready? Got your stuff ready?
More on that later. But the biggest problem that I was dealing with again is that wherever we went to, we were running out of battery, we were running out of energy to take care of the shots that we were looking for. We needed that consistency. We were looking for that durability while still being waterproof.
Oh God, oh God. Hey yo, what the fuck?
More on that later. So that's why the Coalax Lancer 300 has so far been the best bag that I've used in recent dates. First off, the good. When I tell you this is one of the sexiest looking camera bags that I've seen in a long time with a good price, it's like Apple, but better. And it's customizable. This thing is more attractive than me. Ever since I got this bag has garnered so much attention, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. It's garnered a lot more attention than I've ever received in a long time. Matter of fact, I felt like I haven't got any attention until I got this bag. The bag has gotten more attention than me. Am I really that chopped? The bag is customized around 3 modules surrounded by an exoskeleton. When you put it on your back, it actually molds around your back to where your weight is not being heavy in the front or the back. It's evenly balanced. This modular bag consists of 3 categories. Your top bag has components where you can put your drones in there, like the Mini 4 Pro or the Mini 5 Pro that just came out. Batteries, remote controls, things of that nature. I don't often bring my drone around because reasons. And for that, I use the top module to put my mics, my other batteries, my SD cards, my accessories is pretty much where I put that. Things that I will need to use to get access to my cameras and to my computer system to get the mission done for the day. The second module is the coup de grace, the eye-catching component of the bag, which is the 300-watt battery pack. That right there, I have never, ever, ever, ever seen anything like that that looks so good. Like I said before, again, it is an eye catcher better than me. The beautiful thing about it is that it has practicality to it. Not only is it able to charge the basics such as your phones, your computers, your headphones, but you can even charge things such as your DJI 360 or your Insta360 cameras, and also your LED lights that are portable to the system. So that way, when you out in the go, you'll be able to explore day or night, no problem. Really cool coverage. And it just pretty much gives you a better widespread view of the capabilities you can do with filming with your clients or just filming with yourself out in the wilderness. Because Lord knows, we need to be touching grass right now. Third module consists of a hidden compartment where you can slide in your bigger cameras. I have the Sony a7 IV, not only with the cage, but with a 7200. That thing is a monster. But I don't want to have to carry it with my hand all the time. I slide that bad boy in my goop. But I don't want to have to carry that all the time. So I slide that in my back. I put that in the bag. Not only do I put that in the bag, but I also have additional lenses as well, so I can just swap out when I need to. If you ever play Arc Raiders, this is what the bag reminds me of. It is a sweet design, able to master all the elements out there on the field. So it's a really cool deal. It's a really major plus so far. So let's go over the good, right? You have a 300-watt battery that's able to charge not only your computers, but your cameras, but your lights and other attachments such as 360 cameras. It also carries different modules to put your accessories, your drones, and also your hidden cameras, aka all the goop that you need to take care of the rest of the day. One thing to note, although there's a 300-watt battery available, they also have a 100-watt battery, which is TSA approved to fly on aircraft as a carry-on. Keep that in mind. Keep the 300-watt here and the 100-watt out there. Buy the 100-watt if you're always traveling by plane. Now that's all well and good, but is this bag perfect? As much as I love the overall look and the durability of this camera bag, there are a couple of things that I just do not like, or I wish they could just improve in this version of the bag. When purchasing the Lancer 300 combo, you're going to get two magic arms. The magic arms that you're seeing that are holding up the DJI 360 and the Amaran portable light system. This is great. The problem with that is when you add more weight to the magic arms and you raise them up, they're going to get wobbly, wobbly, wobble, wobbly, wobbly. It's going to be a little issue if you want to provide stability. Thankfully, brands such as the Insta360 or DJI 360 have built-in stability, but be mindful because it's going to be an issue later on. So one thing that I've learned that you guys have mentioned in your community posts and stuff like that is the fact that they are allowing customizable DIY projects to be put on these camera bags. So for example, this right here is an issue because although this whole entire bag is waterproof, the moment that I get moisture up in here, we're done. But with help of the community, I was able to find somebody who was able to customize these top parts here so that way they still remains waterproof and debris free. If you want to know who I reached out to, he provides great service in quick time. I'll leave a link in the description below. Another thing I wish they can improve on within the magic arm still is the ability to adjust with like a controller or an app. And the reason why I say that is this: there are moments in time where I felt like I wanted to reach back and like adjust the arms to where I can either shoot forward, shoot at the top, or shoot in the back, get some back shots, you feel me? But it's hard to do that because of the way it's functioned. It's all manual. You have to move over to the side and adjust the unlock and lock system to move the arm where you need it to be. Thankfully, it's a 360 loop, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But when I first used that, I felt like I broke it. Big time. It is a sounding reassurance that it is working, but to me, I felt like it wasn't working. My recommendation is if there's a way that we can get these magic arms like in an automatic perspective to where if we want to move it up, down, left, or right, we can use it at the point of an app. So that way we don't have to stop, put the bag down, adjust, move forward, front, back, and then keep it going again. That's the only thing. But I love that when you put any 360 camera or any camera on top of that, the arm literally disappears. And I really do like that concept. It really creates that POV perspective that works great job of that. That's just my only feedback from that point of view. And now what we're about to do is go to a place called Angel's Point. It is one of the most scenic views that I've witnessed so far here in LA. And we're gonna go out there and test how this bag works out on the field. Hopefully we'll find a model or somebody that we can take photos of and also take advantage of the landscape and just show what we can from sun up to sundown. But before we go on this hike, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and comment below what you like about this bag so far. And I think so far, we're gonna be building a good relationship for 2026. All right, so subscribe. You did it, right? That's a bet. All right, to Angel Point. Yes, sir, baby, Angel Point. This is exactly where I wanted to be for a long time. Haven't done this in a while, but my goal is to get that shot, the landscape of Los Angeles. You gotta do it before the sun goes down. We already talked about how the Lancer 300's capabilities are, so now we're gonna put it to the test using the magic arm on the 360 and our light ahead. Let's move forward and get that shot. Hell yeah, y'all. We got the shot. I already love it. Can't wait to edit it so that way you guys can see it firsthand. So this is the review of the Coalax Lancer 300. Again, there's different versions. The 100 where you can travel around the world with, and the 300 where you stay home base. The magic arms help you get the invisible look that you need and additional lighting that you need as well. Plus, with the generator, you are charged everywhere you go. And plus, as an added bonus, it does come with solar panels. So now you can charge even the brightest of days, man. But this is my thoughts on the Coalax Lancer 300. What do you think down below? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to freaking subscribe, man. This is about to be 2026. We about to get it on and popping. I got a lot of content coming your way. So this is Trey G. Riley, the bounty hunter of videography. And I'll see you next time.